Torah Life Ministries come out of the world. Messiah people seek the truth.
Hello everybody, it's Paul Neeson with Torah Life Ministries, and you see what this says, welcome to Shavuot. This is a biblical holiday that many people that read the Bible don't know of because they don't really read the Bible, they just say they do. But I'm here with Rood Ministries, and we are going to have a great time, and this Shavuot event is just going to be amazing. But here I am in North Carolina at the studio of A Rood Awakening. Now if you don't know who Rood is, you have to go check out his website, roodawakening.tv. You got to check out his website. I am telling you, every Friday night he has Shabbat Night Live on the internet, and I make sure I watch it every Friday night. It is such an educational experience. So if you just want to take your knowledge of the Bible even to a next level, check it out. But let's get inside the studio here and see what they did. So it's in beautiful North Carolina, in Charlotte, North Carolina. You walk in the door there, and here we have greeting us right here is Rood, a good friend Rood. How you doing, Michael? He's speechless. All right. This is the cutout Michael uses at many of his events. And you know, sometimes they say you can't be in two places at one time, but guess what? Here he is in two places at one time. I don't know where else the live version is, but we are here in his studio, and right when you walk in, they have a picture of Rood. Is that Rood? I know it's not.
It's Moses.
Okay, that's Moses, but it looks like Rood. But then they have this scroll. Now, Eric's on the camera, and we'll hear his voice. He's just going to tell us a little about this scroll.
Sure. This scroll is over 300 years old, and it was smuggled out of Iraq during one of the Gulf Wars, I think back in 1991. And I believe Reggie White, the ex-football player, he actually purchased this scroll and gave it to Michael.
Wonderful. So you come right into the studio, and the first thing you're going to see is the stolen Torah scroll. That's great, and it's a 300-year-old Torah scroll,
yes,
and it is exciting. And I remember the first time I actually saw Michael live, they presented this, and they were talking about the way it was written, and it was a wonderful experience. They have another little thing here in their museum in their studio here, and this is a rock from the local Charlotte area. No, it looks like an important rock. What exactly is this?
Yeah, that's a piece of brimstone from Gomorrah.
Wow. And if you haven't seen Michael's teaching on Sodom and Gomorrah, and you don't probably know what we're talking about, but you must see that teaching, and I'll put the link below the screen to that teaching. But the teaching talks about the brimstone that's left over and still there today. And when Rood takes his tour to Israel, he brings the people there, and people can leave with a souvenir just like this.
That's right.
So let's go and look at another room here in their studio. It's amazing. Now, they have a big shipping department. We're about to do this event I'm excited about. Here's the brochure for their event. If you missed it this year, you have to get here next year. It's just going to be amazing. But in their studio here, this is their shipping studio, and they're just about to ship out their new calendar. They're arriving today, and you know, if you really want to know the biblical days and when to observe them and what to observe, you got to get the Rood calendar, and it's really exciting. So you want to get that. But they have a whole bunch of other material here in the shipping center, including my books and DVDs. So you definitely want to get on there and check it out. Just go to their website. Let's look at another part, and we're getting now to the good part, which is their studio. Okay, one thing I've noticed is as I'm walking around the studio here, we saw that picture of Rood when we first walked in. I mean Moses, that looked like Rood, but they have pictures all over the walls here that I understand they bought in the old city when they went to go visit Jerusalem, and they're all from the Temple Institute, and there are all these wonderful pictures. Here's one of them, and I'm a big advocate of pictures. Yes, I love to read, but the pictures say a lot, and this is a picture of the temple, and it's just a marvelous picture. We can just imagine how it was by looking at this picture. So that's one thing I love when I'm walking around the studio, to see pictures like this. Ladies and gentlemen, what professional TV studio are you going to walk into and see pictures on the wall of the temple? This is an amazing place. Let's see what else they have.
Nope, I have to run out.
I don't know.
And one of the favorite rooms in this whole studio is my favorite room. They have an amazing kitchen here. And this kitchen, you can see how much raw food they have here. They got pineapple, watermelons, and it's just amazing. And we're going to be making food for these events, and just another great part of the ministry, because Rood really cares about people's health, so he wants to make sure they have the healthiest products available. And they have some administrative offices here.
And I don't know what they want to do about eating.
And here go some more pictures, just amazing pictures, and I just love these pictures because
Well,
I mean, wow, look at this one. This is amazing.
anyway. No, I told her. Fine.
It makes me want to go to the old city and get some of these pictures ourselves.
There's Mom and Rood serving lunch.
All right.
So we blow the shofar every day for lunch.
So they don't have lunch bells, they have a lunch shofar before they serve their lunch. And there it goes. And now we hear some music on the background, but let's hear the shofar. That's how they call people to lunch. They round up the cattle with the call of the shofar. So let's go inside the studio now. We're going to have some music in the background. It's, I believe it's some Paul Wilbur music. And let's go in the studio and check it out real quick. And this is the way they set up the studio for this big event we're about to have. If you're in the Charlotte, North Carolina area and you want to come to one of their Shabbat Night Live events, just contact them because sometimes they allow people into the studio. But now this weekend we're going to have this big Shavuot event. So let's go inside and check it out. Before we get into the studio, here are some of Michael's wonderful teachings. And I can't tell you how much they've taken advantage of the technology out there to get this information out to people, and they're using every means necessary to get this information out. And I've seen many of these DVDs, and I would endorse every single one of them. They're excellent. And Michael's one of the only Messianic teachers out there, Hebraic roots teachers out there, that is really focusing on the health aspect of things, because he knows when we got to be ready, we got to have the health to do so. So let's turn around and look at this amazing studio here, what they got going on. You can see these high-tech cameras they got going on. You know, one thing about Michael Rood that, you know, sets him apart from a lot of other people, including even myself, is he is the highest quality or nothing. I mean, I got a little tiny camera that I do my videos with, and it's good enough. But Michael says, look, it's either the best or nothing. Look at these big cameras. Look at this studio. That's why his DVDs are such high quality. And I'm telling everybody, it's not just the material that he's teaching, it's the way it's done and the quality of it all. So putting that all together, it's something I'm using as a learning experience. So when you send all your offerings to me, I can have the money to make a studio like this myself one day. But this is just an amazing place, and they got a wonderful staff here. It's really excited. I'll get some footage this weekend, which I'll post here as well, so everyone can see what a true Rood Awakening event is all about, behind the scenes. All right, everybody, so stay tuned for that, and we'll be back.
Well, shalom to our fans. This is Michael Rood. These are our final hours in getting ready for the 7th Sabbath of the counting of the Omer. And then the following day, Shavuot. We've got a group that's coming in from around the world, and we are broadcasting around the world for this Shavuot. And this is so exciting.